Eyewitness News presents Newsmakers with your hosts Jane Ann Bugda and Andy Mahalchik.
Hello and welcome to Newsmakers. I'm Jane Ann Bugda along with Andy Mahalchik. Luzerne County is getting ready to embark on a wonderful opportunity for young people. It's called the SHINE program. Today we're going to take a closer look at the program and its many benefits. We have a half hour of good news. I'll introduce you to our guests and our conversation will begin when this edition of Newsmakers returns right after this. Welcome back to Newsmakers. I'm Jane Ann Bugda along with Andy Mahalchik. Luzerne County is getting ready to shine. The SHINE program is here, ready to take root and grow. And today we are joined by some of the people who are nourishing the program along. We are joined by State Senator John Yudichak and the president of Wilkes University, Dr. Patrick Leahy. Thank you both for being here today. We want to share the good news of the SHINE program. It's a wonderful opportunity for youngsters in our area, and we want you to explain it. And it's starting now in the very beginning for our area, and it's going to grow and flourish. So tell us a little bit, what is the SHINE program?
SHINE is a nationally recognized after-school program that got its start in Carbon and Schuylkill counties. Jeannie Miller, who's a dear friend of mine, who was the executive director of the program, she introduced me to the SHINE program. She took me through the schools in Carbon County, not only the K through 12 schools, but the career technical schools as well, and I got to meet the children and the families. And what became clear to me, that many of the challenges that we are facing here in Luzerne County, whether it's high unemployment, whether it's a poverty rate for our children that has doubled over the last decade, 30% of our children, nearly a third of our children living in poverty. And that comes with many other social ills, trouble in the classroom, trouble in the community, trouble in the neighborhoods, juvenile delinquency, falling behind in school. Last year alone in Luzerne County, we had 374 students that dropped out of high school. That means they're dropping out of our communities, they're dropping out of our economy. They have a higher rate. If you do not achieve your high school diploma, you have an unemployment rate of 20%, when the national average is now down at under 5%. So to give and inspire our children, to give our children a positive pathway in life, Congressman Barletta and I, out of Operation Gang Up, decided not only do we have to get tough on crime, we also have to empower our children, empower families. And the SHINE program is a perfect way to do that. Unfortunately, the 12 school districts in Luzerne County over the last 4 years have lost over $12 million just in state funding. In addition, they've lost federal funding. It's becoming harder and harder for them to do their job. Classroom sizes have gotten larger. And to do an after-school program really is beyond their budgets. So we have partnered together, a Republican congressman, a Democratic state senator. We put politics aside. This is about people. This is about the children. This is about the future of northeastern Pennsylvania. If we're going to change our unemployment rate, if we're going to change our crime rate, we're going to make sure that our kids have the skill set and our families are strong, so our communities are stronger, we need to invest in an after-school program. And the SHINE program has a 10-year track record, evidence-based outcomes in a STEM curriculum. We're going to expand that STEM curriculum. We're going to include the arts, so it'll be a STEAM curriculum here in northeastern Pennsylvania, here in Luzerne County. And it's about inspiring our children so that we can change our own future.
Now you mentioned the STEAM. Now let's explain what that is. That is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So how will that be brought into the program?
Well, the STEM curriculum, every child in the program that gets referred by their classroom teacher, and that's how a child is going to enter the SHINE program in Luzerne County, they will get an individual development curriculum, and it will be based on science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. You're looking at 2 English majors, so we wanted to make sure that arts and letters are part of this program. But of course the focus and the national focus is making sure that we're proficient in math and the sciences. Clearly, technology is the wave of the future. 21st century economy is built on technology. So those with the best technical skills are going to be the ones that are going to be attracting the jobs to northeastern Pennsylvania. So when you look at our proficiency levels at our 12 schools, clearly the funding cuts have hurt. So this is a way to help them meet some of those goals so that we can make sure that our kids are getting the best possible training in science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
And one of the big concerns over the years, as we all know, is the fact that many of our young people are leaving the area because they're not skilled, they're not trained for jobs. Companies are not coming here because they don't have the skilled employees. So this part of that solution also addressing that issue.
That's a great point, and it's part of we have the brain drain in northeastern Pennsylvania where our great colleges educate these wonderful kids, but unfortunately they have to look elsewhere, because when companies will look at northeastern Pennsylvania and they see that only 12% of the population has a bachelor's degree, well, they're going to look elsewhere, particularly if they're a tech company. Wilkes University is doing an outstanding job with their engineering program, their science program, the new Cohen Science Building, partnering with area businesses that are in the tech field, Fairchild Semiconductor, so that we're going to try to be that conduit so that our public school system are producing a skill set and a workforce and students that are ready to go to Wilkes University, ready to go into the engineering program, or even if they're not going on to college, they're going to have a skill set that can go and work at a medical industries, that a manufacturing facility where they can go on and make a wonderful living, and perhaps get a 2-year degree, or go into our building trades, our labor unions, and become an electrician or a plumber and go out and make a wonderful living. But that skill set, investing in education, really is so important to changing the future of northeastern Pennsylvania.
What is the program model? Is there a certain model that this program follows nationwide?
They developed a model, and they've been recognized, the Carbon and Schuylkill program, by the U.S. Department of Education. It's a 4-day, 32-week program where the students will come right after school. It's built into our educational system, and this is why it's affordable. We already have the assets. We already have the computer labs, the science labs. There are public schools, and they're in our community. They're in our neighborhoods. So that's the beauty of this program, investing in those children. It'll be based in the instructional, and having a partner like Wilkes University to be the educational host institution because of their College of Education, because of their expertise. We believe that this is going to be even bigger and better than the Carbon and School program, and will help the Carbon and Schuylkill program. Long term, we certainly want to make sure that every child in Luzerne County gets an opportunity to participate in the Luzerne County Shine program. But long term, educators in Harrisburg, legislators in Harrisburg have to look to this model, 10 years in Carbon and what we hope to be a very successful run in Luzerne, to build that into the educational model, changing the dynamic of education, recognizing that the 21st century cannot be the 19th century. We have to break away from that 19th century model, and Wilkes University, being a leader in this, has been very helpful in helping us establish the curriculum, making sure it's evidence-based, science-driven, and we're very, very pleased to have Wilkes University as a partner.
In fact, the principal reason we got involved is because, one, it's got a 10-year track record, evidence-based outcomes that we could look at. We could determine ourselves that this program was working. So we don't have to reinvent the program. We just take, I always joke when they say we're modeling it. We're more than modeling it. We're copying the program that has been so successful in Carbon. And secondly, for us, it is a serious after-school academic program, and that really resonated with us. Not to mention the fact that when Senator Dichak and Congressman Barletta come to you with a proposition like this, it's hard to say no. But we're delighted to be part of it.
And you emphasize academic program. You know, people hear a lot of times after-school programs, they think of Latchkey, and they were good in their day. But now you've got to be progressive, and what are they getting out of it? It's got to be academic based. It's got and the proof is in its work in Carbon County. So what will they get? What will Wilkes do? The umbrella school, the umbrella university, making sure certain standards are met.
Yeah, we're the educational host, which in the immediate term means that we're going to provide all kinds of administrative support to the program. The offices will be housed at Wilkes. The employees of the program will be Wilkes employees. We'll put all of our government affairs and grant writing resources behind this program to help support it financially. But that's just the beginning. I mean, our goal in this is to get our faculty involved across our different schools, get our students involved who need experience themselves in the classroom, and even get some of our staff and local alumni involved in this. So this is going to be a great opportunity for Wilkes University to extend our mission of serving the community.
Now, Where will the classes be held? They're going to be held right in the different various schools. Now, the program is just starting. So where do we begin? What schools will be involved? Do we know yet?
There's good. The executive director is going to be hired. That's taking place, and we have a great advantage that Jeannie Miller, who ran the Carbon and Schuylkill program for 10 years, we lured her out of retirement to help us build the Luzerne County program. So she is now in the process of meeting with all the superintendents. And I do have to mention, not only do we have a great partner in Wilkes University, we have a great partner in the Luzerne Intermediate Unit, Dr. Anthony Grieco. It's been tremendous support. All of the school districts have issued a letter of support. All the area colleges and universities in Luzerne County have issued a letter of support. The City of Wilkes-Barre and Mayor Layton have been kind enough to let us offer an application for local gaming money for the program. And the support has been tremendous, whether it's the nonprofit community, folks like Bill Jones at the United Way and Pat Ward at the United Way in Hazleton, Charles Barber at the Luzerne Foundation, and the Wilkes-Barre Chamber, the Hazleton Chamber, the Greater Pittston Chamber. The support has been tremendous. They recognize the need for the program. So the program will be right into the schools. And so we're trying to where there is a successful model, because not only have the academic model where the Wilkes is going to drive to make sure that we have the best curriculum, there's also a meal component to this. So we're already working with CEO and folks like Gene Brady to make sure that we can deliver that component. There's a transportation. We want the experts to drive it. Congressman Barletta and I, we're kind of the passion behind it. We recognize the value, and we're going to continue to support and drive all the resources, financial resources, primarily from the federal government, primarily from the state government, but also local resources. And the response to that has been phenomenal so far in terms of the private business community, whether it's an EITC program or whether it's a private foundation. The response has been fabulous.
And Wilkes students and faculty, sort of the mentors of the program in getting it started?
Yeah, the activities will take place, as we discussed, actually in the public schools. So we use existing infrastructure, and then it's a combination of Wilkes faculty. We should add too that all of the other colleges and universities around the county have expressed their not only interest but their commitment in participating. So they may send faculty, or we'll use faculty that are already in the public schools. All of this is an attempt to ensure that from 2 to 6, students that are deemed needing a little bit of extra help or could benefit from group academic projects have opportunities to have that extra time in the classroom and, frankly, out of other less productive activities.
And so to be clear, these will be certified teachers that will be hired to work in those schools, likely from those schools, but that'll be done through the hiring process. There'll be teachers in training, students at Wilkes, students at King's, students at other colleges that are training to be educators will be part of the program, and volunteers. And what we're hoping is that by the 3rd year of the program, we'll be reaching over 1,000 students.
Wow.
1,000 students. We expect that probably 4 school districts, maybe more schools, but we'll include our career and technical schools. One of the exciting parts of it for me is, of course, we're going from K through 8.
I was just going to ask.
K through 8, and it starts with home visits to the kindergarten students as they start transitioning into their school life. There's home visits. They build that development core around them, and then in the 5th through 8th grade, career academies. I mean, think of it. And I know I was in the same boat. What are you going to do with your life? And the counseling system in our public schools, it's not what it should be. There's not enough resources into it. So there we partner with the business community, and they come in. Or you'll have an engineering faculty from Wilkes University to come in, and we do a project. And it's a year-long project. They get hands-on experience. They meet a scientist. They meet an engineer. They get to meet broadcasters. And they decide what's going to inspire me. Am I going to go on to college? Am I going to go into the trades? So it's really about inspiring these children and providing them with the resources so that they can achieve in the classroom and at home.
We are going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue our conversation about the SHINE program. You're watching Newsmakers. We are the proud recipient of a Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Award for Excellence in Public Affairs Broadcasting. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Newsmakers. I'm Jane Ann Bugda along with Andy Mahal.